here we are here in Copenhagen.
Yes.
And the first tattoo shop still open, right?
Yeah, this is the first tattoo shop in the north of Europe, and today it's the world's oldest still functioning tattoo shop. And this is the first tattoo shop in Nyhavn, and it's the last one in Nyhavn, in this street. In old days, there were a lot of shops all the way down.
It's crazy.
Very crazy.
Which here he opened it the first time?
As we know of, 1884.
Ooh. And he was. There is a reason why he decided to open his first shop.
I think this was an old harbor, sailing harbor, so it's just natural. And at that point, this was a tobacco shop and a tattoo shop. And we have found pictures from the early 1900s where you can see there's like tobacco, and then you can see the flashes in the other windows. So that is very nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you know the professional tattooing in the beginning was like a dreaming for all the tattoo artists, because it was like illegal, no one liked it. So, of course, if you saw tattoos 200 years ago, was just prison tattoos.
Yeah, maybe, I think it depends on which area you're in, because tattoos have always been a part of humans since the dawn of time. So I think the tattoo business has had like some ups and downs, and we know that kings through the times also had tattoos. So it depends on, maybe at one point there was more prison tattoos. I don't really know about that, but I do think that people have always have the urge to put art on themselves.
And here in Copenhagen,
Yes.
how the people think about tattoo? These are good things, bad things?
I think today people think it's a good thing. It's got to be fashion. And if you go some years back, it was maybe a bit scary, because you show some strength to put a symbol on yourself and want to stick with that forever. And that could be a little bit strange for some people. You still, of course, have the older generation that thinks like, oh my God, why do you put this on your body? But we have customers from all ages, and we have also a lot of customers that said like, oh, when I was younger, I did not like tattoos, but today I think they're so beautiful, and I really also want one. So in that way, I think the mind of people has changed a lot.
And do you feel the pressure to be in the first shop?
No, I don't think that I feel the pressure, because when I took over, my boss died, and I thought it was very important to save a shop like this because it's so old, and you cannot get it back when it's closed. So I don't have ever thought about the pressure of it. I was more thinking about the history. So, and I do like history, and I think like as long as you can save something, you should try to save it. Also because I think today everything starts to look the same. And I think like to have something that is this unique is very important. So that is just my point of view. So I never thought about it as a pressure.
Yeah, because you know, in most of the people are not, you know, able to understand the value of this kind of shop. That is, of course, small. Everything is settled in a right place, just for save as much as place as possible. Yeah. But this is the beginning of whatever we see outside of here, because this one, the first one in North Europe, and one of the oldest one in Europe.
Yeah, in the world.
Also in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's like I think just it's very charming. It's very charming. And in the old days, people came from all of Europe down here to get tattooed. That was the golden days. It was before my time, unfortunately. So they were like queues in the morning outside. And they also tattooed in a quite different way, because all of the hygiene things we have today, they did not have it in the same way. So like in the old days when people came in, they just had a machine with a liner, and then they fast lined the person up. It's like, now you need to wait for the color and the next person in, and it was just with the same machine. It's a little bit like, but they did not know better at that time. And then they just had like people sitting in the queue with lining, and they said, okay, now the color comes, because then they were sure that the customer did not go, and then they need to get the color after. but that was the old days.
You started in this shop or as apprentice?
No, I was an apprentice at another shop. And then when I come down to this shop, Bimbo, it was his nickname, Bimbo. He liked me a lot, and he was just like, okay, if you want to work at this shop, you need to learn everything I know. And I was just, okay, hell yeah. That is like the best deal I ever heard in my life, so of course. And then I got the new apprenticeship, you can say like that.
Of course,
yeah.
it's different kind of tattooing.
Yes, exactly. So I took 2 apprenticeships.
You are trying to make the same apprenticeship with,
Yes,
I think,
Clara. Yeah,
Clara?
yeah. I do the old school apprenticeship because I think it's very nice, and it's also good because I think you get nice clothing on yourself to be somewhere and really get the safety of the environment. And I'm looking very much forward for when she's educated and see how far she's going to go, because she's going to be amazing. I'm very sure of that. She's already amazing, so but also as she gets older, it's going to be very nice to follow her.
And how many owners got this shop?
Oh, many. I have a book here.
Yeah.
Because I am. So let's see here. We have Gustav Beckman, then we have Stikke Fredrik and Hans Hansen and Tush Hans and Paul Severin. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. John Larsen, yeah, and then 11, and 12, and then 13. I think I'm the 14th owner.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And every time a new owner came, changed something?
No,
or?
all of the owners have worked together. So this is a very special shop in that way that the tradition has kept alive, but it's not by blood, it's by passion. So every owner has known each other and had the same qigong. So we also have very bad jokes down here because it still like has the old kind of jokes. Yeah.
These owners are all from Denmark,
Yeah.
or also from outside?
No, Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm not Danish, but I am still like, I'm from the Faroe Islands, so
Okay.
it's still under Denmark,
Okay.
so you can say it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good because, it's something that Denmark can say, okay, we did it, it's
Yeah.
get value also
Yeah.
in the tattoo world. Also the road, I think, is one of the most cool in the city, right?
Yep, it is.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, and there's also the harbor is very nice with the boats, and so it has the so nostalgic place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also because we are like the last really old place left here from the original time, so that
Yeah.
is also very nice.
But because all of the shop are all changing, or some of them are still working since when this shop was open?
No. All of the shops have closed. We have a shop around the corner that also was quite old, but that was only from the 70s. But that has been sold and then changed.
Okay.
So that doesn't have like the old, a part of the old person, like the old people that had it before, like the ancestors. Can you say it like that? Yeah.
It's crazy because, when I'm traveling a lot around the world, and every time I am being in a place, most of the time everything changed. The shop, the culture, everything. But in here, like Milan, if you see, the shop is different every time.
Yeah.
In Venice, if you go in the main road of Venice, the shop is changing every time.
Okay.
Yeah, because the people try to invest, they lost money, they changed the shop, they broke up.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a place that run since 200 years or something.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like here, I think it's very nice to have this place where people can recognize themselves, because then it gets like home. If you have not been to Denmark for a long time, you go down to Nyhavn, everything has changed. But then you come to something that you've been before, and you have a story. So we have so many people coming down. Oh my God, I got my tattoo here for 50 years ago, and they're like, oh, it looks the same. So it's very good, because we didn't need to change the shop because of all of the new laws there are, the tattoo laws, but we still managed to keep the atmosphere. And I think that's very important. So even if a lot of things have changed with time that is needed, then still people come in and they cannot see the changes because the atmosphere is the
course.
same. So I think that's very important.
And about the rules, they give you some special rules to stay open with this space, because of course the new rules want a lot of space, different
No, we
rooms.
do all we do that. It's just like 2 meters. I know all of the rules. I'm
Okay.
on also on like different kinds of boards and stuff like
Okay.
that. So I do work also a little bit with the laws. Yeah, I'm like a super nerd.
Okay. Yeah.
The tattoo nerd.
Yeah, of course, of course. Can you do you know some story about done in this shop?
The King of Denmark has been here, Frederick IX. That is a very good story. And also we have
Some pictures.
because people are discussing it a little bit, and then I like to find proof of everything, so it's just not like a story I'm
Yeah, of
saying,
course,
because
of
I
course.
think that is a very good thing. And you can see here we have a museum expedition, and here is Frederick talking about his grandfather. And you can see here en form for kropsbygning, hvor skal man sige, grundlæggende forklaring. Frederick, der viser en tatovering. And this prince also has a tattoo. And then he says here that the Lifetime magazine, where this picture got taken, maybe I can just tell you all of the story.
He got
on the
his
English.
tattoos all from here,
No, he
but
got
someone,
from,
the first one.
I don't know if he got the first one, but the story does not
Okay.
tell that much about it. But it says here, disease familien at min morfar. It says in the family that my grandfather was very wild with Chinese dragons. He has on his kimono. And one evening he was away for a couple of hours, and when he came home again, it was one of the dragons here. I think there must be here or maybe on the arm.
Yeah,
but, I could like that looks very much like a kimono thing.
This one.
Yeah. En drage, does Frederick tell, and when he got to this picture of his grandfather, and the picture is taken from the American magazine, Life magazine, in connection with the reportage with Ole in the basement in Nyhavn 17. So this is what is written in an article what the princess said. So I think that's very nice. So, but the king got also tattooed in Asia and Dock Forest in England. Yeah. So how many he got every place we do not know. We don't have so much to that. And he also has an anchor with his own logo on it. It's very nice. But he was a very, very, very nice and cool king, and everybody loves him still. And he's super famous because he was very different. He liked to mingle with the locals and yeah. So
Yeah, it's cool that the king, that for all the country maybe is the most important person, decide to get tattooed. So let the people understand that it's not some bad things.
yeah, exactly. But the king did make the law with, I think it was in 64, 65, that you cannot tattoo your hands in Denmark, and you cannot tattoo from here and up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you cannot get it tattooed and make it.
Yeah, you cannot make it, but it's not illegal to have it. It's just illegal for us to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you need to be 18 years old before you get a tattoo.
No under 18.
No, not
Okay.
with parents' signature or anything.
Perfect.
And I think that's very nice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like it. Having the same point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most of the time that the parents decide to let the client get tattooed,
Yeah.
just because they decline the son or
Yeah.
the daughter to get tattooed just because they don't want to listen anymore. I want to do.
Yeah.
But it's important that the parents say no.
Yeah, I think so. But I also had parents that got super angry with me because I said no. And they were like, why should you decide that? It's like, it's not my decision, it's the law. Sorry?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is
I
very
like
nice. Yeah, but I would not do it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's a kind of point of view that is similar than mine.
Yeah.
For me, it's more important that people get tattooed when they understand the value of the tattoo.
Yes.
Also, big size of tattoo, I think, has to be done just if you know the value of it.
Yes.
It's not just aesthetics. It's also about your identity.
Yeah.
Making, modern
Yeah.
or mode tattoos.
Yeah.
it's not of fashion tattoos that now is fashion, but in 5 years it's just all
Yeah.
tattoos. It's not fair.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. I agree with you. And that's also why I think it's very important with the apprenticeship that maybe it's a bit longer, so you get the respect also, because a lot of people I think today is you maybe forget the value of it,
Yeah.
because you should also get earned to have the tattoo, I think, a little bit.
And do you have some picture about how was the old shop?
Yes, I do have. Now I need to find the right book again. Was it in this one? No, it was not that one. Or was it in this one? We have it. No, it wasn't this one. Yeah, so here you can see. These are one of the first flashes. And this was Gustav Beckmann in the 80s, 90s. And this you can find at the Sailor Museum in Helsingør. This one is from upstairs. They also tattooed upstairs, but this one is from the shop downstairs.
Upstairs? You mean?
Yeah, in the bar. They also tattooed in the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was very difficult to be a tattoo artist back then, because to like get all of the stuff to do it. And this is downstairs. This is Holger Jürgensen. And here's some flashes from the 30s.
No gloves, cigarette.
Yeah. That was how it was. When I started tattooing for like 23 years since, they still smoked. And then some years after, they're like, okay, now it's banned to smoke in the tattoo shop. But there was like an ashtray on the table. Yeah, it was very. There was a lot of smoke sometimes. So you like, it was.
You cannot see anything.
Yeah.
This is the entrance, right?
Yes, this is the entrance.
Crazy.
And you can see here it's like art tattoo. Yeah. And you can see the flashes here. And you can see also here says tobacco and cigarettes. So at this time they had and you can also get some cigarettes there. So I don't know if they still had the tobacco, but then they had the tattoo down here. Yeah, and this is also sometimes the shoppers look like this.
Okay. It's crazy. The stencil.
Yeah.
They get the stencil with the what they use it in the beginning with for making the stencil. Do you remember?
Oh, I could imagine it's a bit the same, because ink has always been ink. So I think they just put some ink on, and you can see here is tracing it from the wall and putting it on, and here it's finished.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Denmark and USA.
And also in old times they made their own inks. And the story is that Tattoo Ole, he had like the best inks. Unfortunately, he took them with him to the grave. He had a good friend who was a chemist from a big pharmacy company called Nyhavn. And this chemist got him the pigments and the recipe for the inks.
Oh, wow.
So they had like always really good quality down here. So we're very famous for colors. They're still sticking on.
And do you make it some old sketchbook with this design? Like, because I'm thinking someone that want to make a tattoo from here, getting tattooing with the same drawing of the past can be a good value.
Yeah, exactly. And that's definitely possible. I have a book here with some of the collections I found, and also the front here is like a copy of a lot of the. I made this. I don't know if you want to see this, but here I have all of the.
Oh, okay.
All of the old flashes. I put like a copy of them, so it's the first thing you can see when you come in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I want to put them also up in the ceiling there and just in the entrance, so I'm not finished with, but it takes time. It's just like piece by piece, like getting the more and more of the old one.
Yep.
I did not cut them out, somebody else has cut them out, but I just found them.
This is the original one?
I don't think so, maybe. I don't really know, maybe it is.
Maybe it's the print?
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, because
But it's glued on, so we don't.
Yeah.
We could have seen it if we could look at the other side. If the.
Yeah, because it looks like, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, because it's on new paper.
Yeah, looks like the true one.
But even the way it is cut out, so I don't think the value is so much in them anyways, because there should be a signature down here.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. As the printed.
But this is also, you need to think about in time that people not know that it was going to be the world oldest still functioning tattoo shop. So like that's the point of view. It may have been just like, oh yeah, this old drawing, it looks nicer on this, and then we just cut it out.
Yeah, this is the traditional one.
Yeah.
The kind of tattoo that makes the value with the trip.
Yes, exactly. But this one is definitely original, and this is with Bimbo. You can see this on straight on this one, but then he did not put the signature on.
There are any story about the that you have to get 3 tattoo at time? Because in Italy we say you cannot get pair tattoos. Is not lucky.
No, so you need to have unequal numbers? No, I don't think we have that, but I think it's very natural you get that, because if you just have 2, you always feel like something is missing to balance. So I think it's natural to either get like, if you get 1, you maybe feel it's a bit alone, 2, it's a bit alone. When you have 3, it has a balance, and then often you get like, so it often ends in unequal numbers, as you say, but it's not a tradition here, but it's I think it's a natural thing.
Okay.
But up here we have this guy. He's called John Irving, and he's a very famous writer. He writes books in the USA. You know John Irving?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Here, you know the book Until I Find You?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used the shop as a reference for
Yeah?
that. Yeah.
Crazy.
And Bimbo also has like a big lettering from him. It's like, oh, thank you so much, and it was so nice. So he used the shop as a reference to like for the book. Yeah.
Brigitte Niels. This is a model.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. She lives in Italy. You know the Red Sonja? Oh, she got tattooed here. Red Sonja. She was married to Sylvester Stallone. That's my daughter, and the kiosk owner's daughter. Yeah. The dark-haired one is mine.
Also, those sketches are from the past.
Oh yeah. Good, you're asking me about that. This is also the shop from the past. This is the shop from the past. And these are the first stickers you put like from chewing gum stickers.
Yeah.
And you can see here, copyright by Tattoo Ole. He designed them. Very cool, huh?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's really crazy. I know. Yeah.
And this is the world record.
Yes, exactly. On top of this, there's the family Rasuk from Jerusalem. They have the oldest blood bond, but they don't have the world's oldest still functioning tattoo shop. So we are like colliding a little bit, and there's like some misunderstandings. But this is the world's oldest still functioning tattoo shop.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure, and this is one of the things that remain in my mind for all my career.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much.